Okay, I just started recording because I think it's gonna be fun.
So I shouldn't
Uh,
talk about that I had a nice poop anymore, right?
no, yeah, you should
Oh,
stop
fuck,
that.
sorry.
Definitely.
This is private
So,
information.
just to give people some context, I forced you to install Google Chrome
Yes.
because we're recording this on Riverside, which works best on Chrome. And for you, it's kind of a traumatic event because you are building a browser that is better than Chrome, right?
It it's handier than Chrome, I think, for people like me who are just like nuts. But like the main thing is that it's super helpful because over the past like 4 weeks, I'm like adding all the little like permission windows and like all this like would you like to share your screen, like which part of your
Oh, yeah,
screen, like all
okay,
that
yeah.
stuff. And that's like it's super annoying and people are like complaining to me that it's like really confusing and blah blah, and I just like installed Chrome to do this,
Yeah.
and like it has just as many steps, like so it makes me feel a lot better. I'm just like, okay, it's just normal, like you need to ask 100 times because privacy is really important, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
And even
But yeah.
Apple devices, like over the last years, Apple devices, they ask you so many times now. You install an app, you have to restart it a few times every time you give permissions. It's always
Exactly.
asking you, do you trust this? I feel like it's kind of normal. It's kind of like, it's annoying, but it's also a good thing. So,
Yeah, it makes me miss Windows Vista.
oh my God, no, don't say that.
I love you,
Yeah.
Windows Vista. I'll never
How old
forget
are you?
about
I think
you.
we're similarly old because
Me, I'm
Vista.
35 since
Oh, me too.
last week, last
Oh wow, so
Sunday.
I'm actually older. Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're older.
Yeah. I know I
Okay.
look amazing, but yeah, still.
Well, nice to meet you,
So,
senpai.
yeah, nice to meet you, man. Finally. Yeah, so let's keep to try stay focused on this purpose of this interview and talk about your product. So can you just like briefly introduce yourself? You know what your name is, what your and like do you have a job? Are you indie hacking full time? What's the situation?
Oh my God, there's so much information. I don't even know where to start.
What's
What
your
was the
name?
first question, sir? My
What is your
name.
name? What is your name?
Please state your name and age for the record.
Yeah.
My name is Pascal Pixel. I'm a designer and coding person, and I made a browser because normal browsers made my head hurt, and I got nothing done. Yeah,
Awesome. And you're building this on your own?
yes, it's been 2 years and 3 months now, and it's been crazy. Really tired, but yeah.
Well, it's funny because like we all have this injunction to not spend too much time building and launch as fast as we can, but at the same time, you're building a browser. That's like kind of like a big thing. It's not like a to-do list app, it's a browser.
No, it's the
So,
dumbest decision I ever
yeah.
made. Like to do this, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't say like don't do it, but I would say like just like yeah, it's not going to take a month. Like
Yeah, yeah, building a browser is not going to take a month. Makes
we're
sense.
not building this because it's easy, but because we thought it would be easy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Are you how did you sustain yourself for these 2 years? Do you have a job on the side? Like, do you freelance, whatever?
No, I worked really, really hard. So like I have, for some weird reason, I was just really good at doing code and design at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really a weird reason. It's just like I just like I'm really shit at communicating with other people. So yeah,
Okay.
from when I started my career when I was like 20, 18, I don't know, 20, I guess. I was already making like logos and making money off of it when I was 15 years old and
Yeah.
doing like the Windows XP themes. So I was already like
Oh my
programming and
God, yeah, we're
designing.
so much the same age, man. Yeah, one of my first website was download Windows XP themes, and everybody was downloading the one that made it look like a Mac.
Exactly.
The
I made
Aqua
three
theme.
of them. I made three of
Wow,
those. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I got into like magazines with it in Japan, Brazil, the
I
Netherlands.
probably
I was
downloaded one of your themes. It's possible.
a lot of people did.
Were you like on DeviantArt to put them?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
yeah.
daily deviations for it. Sorry, I
Yeah.
had to
Okay.
learn how to pronounce deviation when I was an adult.
Yeah.
This is a difficult word, but yeah, like
Yeah.
I did all that stuff, and then yeah, I was working by myself, obviously, to do that. And yeah, when I started my career, actually, like working in companies, it just like it was really fucking hard. My brain just works twice as fast as other people around me.
Yeah.
Um,
It sounds like it.
It's horrible. I just can't get it to calm down. And yeah, for most of the time, it was just really annoying. And I had the first, I think, 5 years of my career, I spent like really blaming myself, thinking that I need to like learn how to better communicate with other people. And I really focused on like fixing the issues with communication that I had. And then when I was 25, I decided like, this is like, I'm doing the wrong thing. I just need to like really lean in to the fact that like I can build stuff really quickly without other people.
Yeah.
And that changed my life. Like what happened all the time was like we would say on Friday, like, hey, let's have a meeting. And I was like, oh, no, fuck you. No, I don't want to have a meeting. And then
for sure.
Monday, we're going to have the meeting. At what time? 11. Okay. And then I would build an entire functional application and design that's like
design,
really great. Yeah. Before the meeting on Monday. And then most of the time the meeting is just like, okay, this is, and then I found more and more like, I was doing contracting work basically. And then, and I found more and more customers who were just like willing to pay higher and higher amounts of money to just like get their stuff working.
Done easy, with just one person and not have to set up a whole team and everything.
Especially completely dysfunctional companies. If they're already dysfunctional, then the best way to get it functioning is one person that can do two things at the same time.
That's why they have freelance eventually, because nothing works internally. So, well, let's hire this guy who's going to cost us, like in terms of cost, it's actually, even if you're super expensive as a freelance, for them it's way cheaper because it costs them so much to run things. So...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Super easy.
So does that mean for the past 2 years you were still freelancing, or you just had made a shitload of money and living off that? Like, what was the situation? You don't have to talk about
I just did really well, like doing a lot of client work, and then by the time I was 30, I basically like, okay, I did like investments properly, and set
amazing!
myself up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I had done that.
Like, done. I don't have to worry about anything anymore for at least a while, so I can work on something that I really fucking care about, which is this.
And so you started building this then? Like, so how long have you been building it? Like, it seemed like it's been a while, like a few years?
Yes, 2 years now. But like the first year, I was really confused. I didn't know what to do, and I was just like doing stuff I liked. So I was making pixel fonts, harkening back to the Windows XP stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was more fun.
And so let me see if I can get kind of like back to my questions. So what is it? What are you building, man?
Am I building? I'm building a browser for myself, really. I noticed that I couldn't get anything done using a normal browser at all. Like
Why? What's the problem?
You just like, you're in the middle of something, you're just being creative, you just think of something else you want to do. And the main thing is like, when you have tabs, that just doesn't work. Because like tabs are in the way. There's so many of them. And every time you click a link, basically, what you were doing like disappears into history. So it's just a giant mess.
Yeah, so that's why, for example, me personally, I just open in a new tab so I can keep track. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but every time you click a link, so like you're looking at a website A and you click a link because you're like, oh, that's interesting, and then you're on website B, and website A is now gone. It doesn't matter.
And it's funny because I end up not clicking the links to avoid that situation sometimes.
Right. So we train ourselves to like work around that BS. Like I don't click links because I need to stay on this page because this is important. So I don't explore something that I find really interesting. Yeah.
And so you built it to solve that problem. So how is it? So I guess it's time for the demo. So can you show us a bit like
how
it works? You're going to have to share your browser from Chrome browser. That's going to be fascinating.
I don't even know how this is going to work.
Shit, I forgot to ask you to share your screen. I'm probably going to ask you for permissions again now. Shit, I forgot to ask you that. Can you share somehow?
Chrome tab.
Can you share a new window, or does it require you?
I don't know. I think this is it.
Awesome.
It looks really.
So this is your yeah, I see it. I see. So horse browser, I'm seeing.
Yes, I'm currently working on Japanese support, so that's why I have a lot of Japanese websites open.
And what's the specifics of Japanese support?
Well, everything's just in Japanese. That's basically it. So
yeah, but like, is it just language, or is it like right to left, or like top to bottom? Like, is it like something like that?
God, no. But yeah, that's one of the things I actually used to do as a freelancer. I'd make websites that were right to left in Arabic as well.
Yeah,
as
that's
Russian.
why I'm asking. So okay.
I'm not there
It's-
yet. That would be horrible.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, so what's the challenge again to make it Japanese? Like, because I'm actually not sure.
Oh, for Japanese, not much. It's just the first time I'm adding another language to the whole thing.
Oh yeah, okay. So in itself, you have to set up the things differently. Okay, for
Right.
sure.
So,
And so why is it called horse?
why not?
Yeah, you got me. You got me.
I'm the only person that knows why, and I'm never telling anyone. I'm taking the secret to my grave.
That's beautiful. I love this. That gives you a nice free emoji logo with that, so that's perfect.
I never
Not
know how
that-
to write your
not that
name.
you need it,
Renouve? Like this, right?
Yeah, that's it. Wow.
There we go.
Oh shit,
Right.
we're gonna look at my shit now. I'm scared.
We're going to look at your stuff. Exactly. You thought you were putting me on the spot. Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So this is the main thing. It's like, I just want to see all this stuff, right? So with Horus, it opens up in this little nested part.
And you just
let
click
me-
like left click, basic click, normal.
Yeah, so if you do a left click, it just goes into there. So the main thing what I said was like you're on website A, and you don't want to click a link to website B because website A will just disappear into history.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're really careful and you like really mindful and all this stuff, but it's like the wrong kind of mindful. We're already using browsers like this. Like all that Horse is it just allows people to use the browser that they already like the way they already do. But yeah, so I can still go back here. Like going back is just the previous thing. So every time I click a link, that happens, right? So if I go to dominate Twitter and I want to see testimonials, then it opens up here again in a thing. Oh no, GitHub is having a bad day.
Oh wow,
It's
yeah.
sad for them.
Long time I haven't seen this thing. Okay.
But yeah, let's see. Any
And so
links?
my question is like, because like when I thought about
Ooh.
using it, I thought, what like sometimes you go on the website and you just want to go to the end of like you just want to click through the different menus until you reach this page, but you don't really care about the intermediary steps.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I'm doing here. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the reason that Horse works so well, and people really have to experience it to understand this, the reason it works so well is because while you're exploring, you really aren't paying attention to the tabs, right? You have, like, left brain, right brain, right?
Yeah,
You have,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, I see.
creative brain, and you have organizational brain. So Horse allows you to like easily switch between that. So while you're exploring, you're in right brain, you're creative, you're just clicking stuff. You're not paying attention. By the time you're actually done with that, you go into left brain, and that's when you clean up. So for example, now I found your Twitter profile, right? And I'm like, oh, that's what I actually wanted. I just wanted Dago and his Google search and this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the stuff in between, I can just close it.
Oh wow.
So now I just
okay.
keep what I needed.
Yeah. I
can go
see.
back.
I see. I like this idea of left brain, right brain. That's smart. Okay.
It's good because I have the option afterwards to decide what I actually wanted to keep versus
Yeah.
a normal browser where every time you click a link, it just disappears. Like you have to decide in that moment, which is ridiculous. That's why it works.
Wow. So I'm a designer too. That used to be my design work. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I didn't do the texture shit. I took them from I was working with this World of Warcraft partner and they gave me these assets. Oh my God.
Wow.
Behance,
Look at
fucking
this.
Behance.
Juju Company.
That's like build old fucking website from a guy who is actually dead now. I was building this.
Oh,
website.
no.
It's like so long ago, man. Oh my God.
Well, he lives on forever in Juju
Yeah,
and
he does.
Company.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're putting me on the spot. Yeah, so what I'm curious like what it looks like when you have like a shit ton of things open. Like what like I don't know, because like I feel like because like in my head it's like if you're replacing 100 tabs with like 100 of these things, but like I guess it's better organized, right?
Yeah, you are organizing it. It's just like,
Yeah.
So someone gave us a review actually this week, which is really good. It's just like, Horse allows you to use your tabs. Like the normal browsers, you just can't organize it or make it work. So like a lot of solutions are like automated deletions of tabs and all this stuff. And it's like, that's not a solution. Like just think about the actual user interaction and how to fix it, how to make it fixable for the user. So Horse just allows you to fix it.
I feel like it's just the browser for people with too many tabs. Like everybody who
It
has too
is.
many tabs, like it's a bit harder for me because I have like literally 5 tabs. Because maybe because I'm trained myself to have nothing. So
No,
it's
that's
open.
what I did. I had only 5 tabs. Like I just said, like I would have to like switch to something else, and then I would have to close the tabs because I have to concentrate.
Yeah, me the same. I'm the same. Yeah.
But that's even worse because now you're closing stuff that you still want to follow up on, and you're like, I'm going to do this later. You're not going to do this later. Like it's just
Definitely,
gone.
yeah. Oh yeah, I gave up. I definitely gave up on a lot of shit for that. Wow.
Yeah, so this is like my unsorted stuff that I have going on here. So I've got an ad blocker. I see I have my docs, everything I wanted to manage here.
Yeah. So I guess there is no favorites or I mean bookmarks. It's only that. Is this like this? Is like the same thing? Is it the same
Yeah.
thing in your
History
experience?
and trails it's all the same thing, and it works wonderfully.
Oh wow.
Here I can secretly put a Game Boy Advance. So like this is something I looked at some point. I'm like, oh, I want to like see what the code looks like for like an open FPGA core for the Game Boy Advance at some point, and I put it in this folder. And like otherwise, I would have forgotten and never gotten back to this. So it's just always in your face. I mean, if you don't clean it up, that is. But yeah, I get all my stuff back here.
Yeah, so so that invites you to do the cleanup process. Then you can sort and put things in the like in some bookmarks for later, like for actually using them, or keep it in front of your mind. Wow. So what's the pricing? Because now I want to try it.
Oh, it's $20 a year.
Oh wow,
Basically,
okay, $20 a year.
$166 per month. It's really silly. I need to change the pricing. It should be $2 a month or something. It'd be easy.
Okay. And and what's the discount we can get from launch day for that?
Oh gosh, I have no clue. Probably 20%. Oh my God! No, I know you wanted 100,000% discount.
I wanted a huge discount, but you still have time. You can think of it
for
and
launch
we'll
day,
show
it's
it on the
50%.
website.
It's 50%.
Okay, cool. It will be appearing anyway. We have time to figure that out.
Right.
That's
I was
awesome.
making nothing before the discount, and I'm making nothing after the discount. It doesn't even
Awesome.
matter.
Wow, thank you. What do you mean you're making nothing?
Oh man, like we only broke even after 2 years of building this thing just like 2 months ago, and like now we're finally making a bit of a profit. And
Who's
then,
we?
Like, oh, me and my girlfriend were working on this. She does all the customer support and does like all the community stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, you like that, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't anymore. Because I divorced my wife and co-founder.
Oh, okay. So you're saying this is not a good idea.
I guess if you're just doing customer support, it can work. Maybe I'm not
It can
sure.
work. You have different worlds. You have different worlds.
We
but still,
had that, but yeah.
So
that's for another
this week
podcast.
we actually had we had a good thing this week because we found at Intercom they have an AI. So she's written like 120 support articles now, like full length support articles, all the details.
Yeah.
And then Intercom is an AI that you can just like read all your support stuff, and then it just can talk to people for you. So
there's lots of products like that by indie makers too. So that means you can get rid of your girlfriend for customer support, and there's your breakup. She's gonna be so mad to be replaced by AI.
Oh, she's so happy. She's like, she was tweeting about it. She's like, oh, I can't wait to be replaced with AI. Actually, she likes talking to customers, which I find mind-boggling sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Cool. I love this interview, man. It was like all over the place, but in the end, I have everything I wanted out of it, and I think it's clear for people. So I guess everybody wants to try Horse browser now, after this.
Horse is really nice to use. I don't use anything else anymore. Like being able to use my own product like 3 months after I started making it, and I didn't use anything else after that. So it's wonderful.
That's amazing. I interviewed Dominic too for this first launch day, and he was for Redrich, and he was telling me the same thing. He was scratching his own itch, and it's funny. I never really scratched my own itch with a product, and I really want to because it seems so enjoyable. I guess the trap is building something nobody gives a shit about because you're the only one with that itch. But eventually you found, I think it's when you changed it to like the browser for people with ADHD or something, and it helps you to focus more on that, to make it more clear to people,
to be more honest
the value
about my own issues. And I didn't realize my own issues, actually. That was the main thing. I just thought, hey, browsers don't work, and this must be a problem everyone has, and that's what I fixed for myself. But It's mostly that you need to focus on the customer that have the worst issue, right? Like how the people that suffer the most, which is also why I started fixing it, because I needed this fix. So yeah, people with ADHD especially, this is really amazing. Like they need it the most because like it really helps. It's crazy.
So I guess maybe the rule of thumb is like if it's just a small itch that you have, maybe it's not good. But if it's really something that really hurts you, chances are it's gonna apply to more people maybe.
Yeah, I need to change my marketing to focus on people who need who really need it the most instead of just
for sure.
Oh yeah, I have so many tabs, man. It would be great if it was and it's like, yeah, okay, that would be great, but it's not like I need it. Right?
To be honest, that's like how I feel right now about it. So I totally see what you mean, because solving the problem of too many tabs, I feel like I've seen lots of things try to do that already. Like so. If it's just that, it doesn't seem super perfectly unique. But if you say something like, people with ADHD who have overwhelming or whatever, you figure out in your positioning, that might be better for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks. So I hope we will find you lots of customers with this launch day.
I hope so too. We hope so. Yeah, we went from 100 users to 1,000 users this year. So like hoping to get 10,000 next year would be great.
Awesome. So hopefully it will be in the first week thanks to launch day.
Hope so.
Yeah, that would be great.
We'll see.
Yeah. Good luck. Okay.
Thanks, Dago.
Thanks, man.